Barcelona have just defeated Deportivo Alaves 1-0 at Montjuic, and the one thing I can say about that game is I'm so happy that it's over, bro. I've been watching La Liga for a long time. It never gets easier to watch these low-table teams go in to play one of the big boys in their stadium. It never gets easier. Whether it's Getafe or Alaves or Eibar or Mallorca, any of these teams that are shit, whenever they go play Real Madrid at the Bernabeu or Barca at the Montjuic or Camp Nou or Atletico Madrid at the Metropolitano, it's the worst football you'll ever see. It is the worst football you'll ever see, and today was no different. So I'm just happy that game was over. I'm just happy that game was over. The refereeing was awful. The atmosphere at Montjuic is honestly kind of dead. I'm not going to lie. Every time I watch it on TV, I'm like, I can't even hear the fans. So the atmosphere at Montjuic is kind of dead. And the game overall, I mean, the first half was just a snooze fest. The only thing that happened in that first half was Lamine Yamal had that moment where he took on like 7 players looking like Messi reincarnated. And that put a smile on my face. I don't know about you guys, but that's basically the only thing that put a smile on my face that whole first half, because it was some of the worst football Barca have played this season. But we should be used to that, because Barca against these low-table teams, we have not been great. I'm more scared for games like this than when we play Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid. Because against them, we can create and score a bunch of goals. But against these teams, bro, it's just, I don't know. Maybe Hansi Flick has his kryptonite and it's shitty La Liga teams. It's these shitty La Liga teams. Maybe Hansi Flick has his kryptonite. But I don't know. But yeah, that first half was awful. It was honestly so bad. We couldn't build up from the back. The attack looked so dead. I mean, there was no movement. There was nothing. It was a really uninspiring first half. But luckily for us, also Gavi had that whole thing where he went out concussed. So that was obviously kind of a blow to the team, seeing, you know, a player like Gavi, who is kind of a team leader. He's not a captain, obviously, but just his attitude. He's so lively on the pitch, and to see him go out the way that he did, it's obviously awful. And speedy recovery for Gavi, man. Those head injuries are no joke. So I hope he takes the time he needs. I'm so happy he didn't come back in the game, by the way, because he wanted to come back into the game. But thank God that Hansi Flick and the Barca staff and the medical staff protected him from himself, because Gavi would have gone back into that game. But yeah, again, I'm happy that he's fine and he walked off the pitch. But yeah, I mean, that was basically Lamine Yamal taking on 7 players and Gavi getting injured were the only things that I can remember from that first half, because it was so dead. But then luckily for us, our manager Hansi Flick, while he may have his kryptonite, and like I said, it's these lower table La Liga teams, he finds a way to get it done out of the way. And the changes he made to me, the subs he made to me changed the game. I think bringing in Eddie Garcia for Araujo was massive. Obviously, Araujo was on a yellow card, and to bring in Eddie Garcia, who just looks more comfortable building up from the back, in my opinion, than Araujo still. I think Araujo's still getting kind of used to this Hansi Flick system. It doesn't really suit his strengths. So to see Eddie Garcia come in, I thought our build-up looked a lot better. And also Frankie de Jong came in for Marc Casado, who was basically non-existent in that first half because Barca were barely playing the ball through the middle. And Frankie de Jong comes in and gives us a whole different dynamic. I mean, Frankie de Jong is a player who, you guys know, I'm a big fan of him, and I've been critical of him this season because he's had his bad moments. But there's times like this when it's so useful to have a player like him, because he has such a deep bag, if you want to call it that. I mean, his skill set is he can do so many different things on the pitch, and to see him come in and obviously help in the build up and kind of incorporate himself in the attack a little bit more and give Barca some more control, I was really happy to see that. I thought the Eddie Garcia sub, like I said, was good too. Ferran Torres came in, didn't do much, but yeah, man, the goal comes courtesy of Robert Lewandowski, who to me didn't have a great game today, because I think Robert's been kind of shaky the past couple months, but he gets his goal. And we can't criticize that. I can't criticize Lewandowski for getting a goal because he saved us today. So thank you to Robert Lewandowski. He wasn't my man of the match. I'll get to my man of the match later on. But it was a ball from Lamine Yamal. It deflects off the Alaves player. And it just falls to Robert Lewandowski right there. And a great finish at the roof of the net. I thought he missed it at first. I'm not going to lie. I thought he missed that shot. But it was a great finish from Lewandowski, who, again, today I didn't think he had his worst game in the last couple months because he scored a goal. But it just seems like a lot of times our attack becomes too stagnant with him up front. But again, I'm not going to harp on Lewandowski today because people are going to say, bro, you hate on him so much. I thought he scored a goal today. He did great in taking his goal. And I'm really, really happy he got that goal because it gave Barca the 3 points. This game, it was a must-win for Barca. It was a must-win because Real Madrid lost against Espanyol yesterday, obviously 1-0. And they're going to play the derby against Atletico Madrid. The two leaders are going to play next week on Saturday. So they're going to take points off each other. One of them is going to draw points. Or both of them maybe drop points if they draw, obviously. So for Barca to get this win, it was a must. It was a must. I don't care if it's 1-0 and it wasn't a pretty win like it was today, or Barca would have won 7-0. I'm just happy Barca got the win. But yeah, bro, to me today the Barca attacked and looked great. I didn't think Rafinha had his best game. Obviously, when he came off the pitch, he got carded by the ref. Finally, the ref shows a card and it's to a Barca player. Bro, Alaves committed so many fouls today, man. That football is so shit. I'm sorry, it's just shit football. It's always fouling. I mean, Frankie de Jong, it's the first time I've ever seen him mad in my life. Frankie de Jong actually stood up to a player for once in his life because he kept getting getting pushed and getting shoved in the back, and it's like, bro, enough is enough. At some point, the refs got to put an end to this. You got to show a yellow card. You got to be more strict. You got to tell these players you can't do that shit. But the ref didn't seem to want to do that because Alaves players were committing foul after foul and nothing was happening. And look, granted, I admit that Barca got a call as well. In the first half, Araujo elbowed the Alaves player in the face. Should have been a yellow card, and then he got an actual yellow later on. So maybe Araujo should have been sent off in that first half. I'm not gonna sit here and act like every call went didn't go Barca's way, because it's like it's there's nuance to this. But again, if you watch that game, I mean, I don't even know how many fouls, but I know it was over 50, I know they committed over 17 fouls in that game. And to walk away with 2 yellow cards is absolutely, it's a disgrace in my opinion. But I want to talk about my man of the match, because I think Barca, look, I think Szczesny today was a lot better, but he didn't really face much pressure. He didn't really have any, like, what was he supposed to do? Alaves barely attacked us at all. You know what I mean? So I think Szczesny was better today. He didn't make a mistake, but I want to see Iñaki Peña in goal, because I don't know what he did to not be in goal. Hansi Flick came out the other day and said that Szczesny's our number 1 for now. I don't even know. I mean, I was in shock when I saw that, because to me, Iñaki Peña has been so solid throughout this whole season. But again, Szczesny didn't put a foot wrong today. He actually did fairly well. He was coming out of his goal. His distribution was better too. I mean, he had a couple shaky moments in there, but it was better. I think the back line looked a lot better once Eddie Garcia came out. I think all of them played fairly well. Pedri was fantastic in my opinion. I think Fermin Lopez in that second half was everywhere on the pitch, winning all his duels. I mean, he was every time you saw the ball, you saw Fermin Lopez somewhere near the ball. And I love that off Fermin. So I'm super happy with his performance, obviously coming in for Gavi. I thought he did great. I think Frankie de Jong, like I talked about earlier, when he came in as a sub, completely changed the game. Lewandowski got his goal. Lamine Yamal, we got to talk about Lamine Yamal, because Lewandowski got the goal, but the man of the match today was Lamine Yamal, who continues to be just an anomaly when in football. He's an anomaly in football, and he's honestly, it's insane. He completed 10 dribbles in this game, bro. And the dribbles he was doing, it looked like, it gave me flashbacks to watching Messi. It gave me flashbacks to watching Messi. It's just insane how good this guy is. I don't even want to call him a kid. I was going to say it's insane how good this kid is. Fuck that. He's a guy, man. This guy is insanely good. And the ease in which he just glides past these defenders, it's not normal at his age. It's really, like, we become so numb to it because we're Barca fans and we watch him every single week, but it's really not normal for a 17-year-old to be doing stuff like this to grown-ass men with fucking families, bro. Some of those guys probably have kids that are close to Lamine Yamal's age, and he's going in there on a Sunday morning and just slicing them apart. Or Sunday morning for me. I'm guessing it's afternoon for them. Obviously, not guessing, it's afternoon for them. But it's honestly ridiculous. That dribble he had in the first half, where they just can't get the ball off him. They literally cannot get the ball off him. And it's weird because when you look at some of the greatest dribblers of this generation, like a Hazard, like a Neymar, like a Messi, they're not huge in stature. I think Lamine Yamal, when I see him standing next to Lewandowski, they look about the same height. So he must be around 6 feet, 6'1", if that's what Lewandowski's listed at. And for him to be that tall and have that kind of just, I mean, I don't know, it's crazy, bro. He's so strong on the ball. He's such a good player, and I'm so happy he's a Barca player. Yeah, man, it's just insane to have Lamine Yamal on your team. But yeah, like I said, man, Lamine Yamal to me today was the man of the match, and he's just a guy who's gonna. He's already taking over world football, but when this guy reaches a ceiling, it's gonna be game over for everybody. But yeah, I don't really have much else to say, bro. This game was a must-win game, as we know. I'm not fucking breaking any news here. We had to get the win after that Madrid result yesterday, and the fact that we got it, it's massive, bro. You know what else is massive? I'm not on TikTok, so I don't know what these jokes mean. Every time I say massive, someone comments, "You know what else is massive?" I don't know what else is massive. I don't know how the meme goes after that. But anyway, I always see it, so I'm gonna stop saying that word. But anyway. Yeah, just super happy we got the win. Woke up early to watch this game, and it paid off. Honestly, it paid off. It really, really paid off. I was up late last night, bro, watching, like, I was just scrolling on X and on Instagram, not on Instagram, on Reddit, sorry, about the whole Luka Doncic thing. I was just reading about it. I was seeing the fan reaction to it because it was so shocking to me. I was up until like 2 a.m. just reading about Luka Doncic and I don't know, and the Lakers, and I don't know. It was just a whole thing last night, but I'm happy. No one gives a fuck about any of that. I woke up, I watched the game. I thought it was a great game. I think Barca, not a great game. I thought the result was great. I'm happy Barca got the win. Now we have obviously Valencia in the cup on Thursday, so we'll obviously make a match review for that. I don't know why I have to state that. I make a match review for every match, but we're not going to miss that one either. And then Barca play again on Saturday. They go to the Ramon Sánchez Pizjuán to play Sevilla, which should be another tough game because Sevilla, or, you know, every time we play them at their stadium, it's tough. But yeah, bro, I'm excited. I'm happy Barca got the win. Visca Barca. We can now relax, because if Barca lost this game, I would have been pissed, but we can relax. And yeah, man, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What players stood out to you? Let me know all that good stuff. I love every single one of you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.